Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of The Oval, Season 2, Episodes 12 and 13. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you return, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Now I need to go on a little rant before I get into my review. Last week, I was all set to watch The Oval. No, take that back. Monday night, I was looking at my recording that was coming on Tuesday. The Oval did not show up, so I assumed it wasn't coming on. Fast forward, it's Tuesday last week. My husband's like, the Have and Have-Nots is on. I was like, okay, well, maybe, the Oval's just not coming on. So, okay, I didn't think nothing of it. Wednesday morning, I'm seeing people doing reviews of the Oval, and I'm like, hold up, how are they doing reviews of the Oval if the Have and Have-Nots was coming on? Was on. I was like, that wouldn't make no sense to me. I tried watching on YouTube. The audio and video was just, it was making my head hurt. I was looking on the OWN network, couldn't find it. It wasn't until last night that I realized that the Oval is now on BET. Can somebody tell me when did he switch over to BET? I'm almost positive it was on the OWN network. So, but anyways, these 2 episodes, to me, people was making stupid choices. People who were supposed to be smart was making stupid choices. Lily, she's letting Donald know that the news is running a story about Mistress Denise, New Yuma, and Max, and they putting the pieces together about how she really died. Yeah, like, I don't know why people think it's a good... why are you letting him know that you know that Hunter killed somebody? These is the kind of things that you keep to yourself, or you're going to end up stinking somewhere. Y'all, that has always aggravated me. Like, you know somebody's done something. You seen them do that. What makes you think they ain't gonna do that to you? I know you was the one that took out Mistress Denise. I saw you do it. If they were so quick to do that, why you think that you ain't gonna end up stinking somewhere? I'm like, see, you just need to keep your mouth shut. Play it off like you don't even know nothing. Wait till the right moment, then you can let that stuff spill. Don't tell it to the people who already want you dead. Priscilla, she says she's not going to work. I wouldn't expect her to go to work because, she just found out that Jean is in the arms of the angel, and so was the boyfriend. She already mad at, Victoria because Victoria been flirting with Sam, and she already think they got something going on. Wouldn't Jean supposed to be her niece? Shouldn't Sam be taking the day off as well? I just thought that they would both be taking some time off together. Where am I at? Yeah, so she not going into work today. She did have this little meetup with Press Secretary Diane. She came over and talked to her, and I'm glad Press Secretary Diane was putting things in motion. Like, look here, I'm going to the White House. So if you don't hear from me at 5 o'clock on the dot, get his paperwork to Sam. Sam is a good man. He'll know what to do with it. And I'm like, okay, at least you're not just going to the White House, with no contingency plans. I believe that's the word I'm looking for. Like, making sure that you got, if something happens to me, that they gonna know A, B, C, and D. Now, Bobby and his beard, because Lily needs to see him so bad, shows up at Lily's house. I was like, the whole point of y'all taking down the president, Donald and Kyle, y'all need to be separated from each other. But since y'all hot in the drawers, y'all just had to be together. He checking the room to make sure it's not bugged. I'm like, what would you have done if it was bugged? Because you've already announced yourself. You've been already talking in the room. What was you gonna do? Find the bug and get rid of it? What if it's a bug that was like a live type of bug situation where there's like a news feed and all that other stuff? What was you gonna do then if it was live? That didn't make no sense. I was like, this is Bobby and his beard is supposed to be so smart, this, that, and the third, but just making stupid decisions. Y'all supposed to stay as far apart away from each other so y'all can get this plan together. Y'all coming together. People see y'all together. They gonna put A, B, C, and D together, and y'all whole plan is just gonna blow up. Just making stupid decisions. Creepy Jason, he was being creepy earlier with Alan, basically wanting him to, take out Hunter and or Victoria. Steady doing that. I'm like, why is this fool not under lock and key and security? He stayed roaming the doggone White House. We know what this fool is. We already know that, he didn't doggone took out Jean. Now she in the arms of the angel. We knew about Mistress Denise and Grandma. That's 3 people, and he tried to take Victoria out. Why is he not in his room locked up, sedated somewhere, something? Just roaming around. In his therapy session, he basically blames his parents. They don't love me. My mama be beating me. She be yelling at me. When I was 5 years old, we didn't see them for a whole entire year because they was out campaigning. And when I told my mom about it, she told me to man up. And I was like, I can see how, because Victoria, she does not show love for anybody at all. So I can understand how he feeling some type of way. But now, we not just going to blame your mama for your homicidal tendencies. We not. Your anger towards your parents, yeah, but you taking out your frustration on Jean, who ain't did nothing to nobody. No. Press Secretary Denise, she goes to the White House. She talks to Donald. They talking about she is the only one who can do the job like she does. If you want, you can have your old job back. But she want information. She want to know, how come I found, this mistress who is no longer of this world, her panties in your office? What about this attempted murder of Max? Hunter's like, yeah, I was sleeping, with Mistress Denise. My son, since he loves me, which I don't think that's love. But anyways, he went on ahead and chopped her head off. We had to get rid of Max to cover some things off. We did A, B, C, and D. Yeah, I be kicking puppies, I be doing all that stuff. What else you want to know? She talking about she going to the FBI. I said, smart people making stupid choices. This is when you keep everything to yourself. The only way that this could have worked in my mind's eye of her actually getting out of the White House and not being in the arms of the angel, if she had some kind of live feed that was in her purse, that was going to Facebook Live, streaming straight to the doggone White House. If she had some kind of, super duper I don't want to say super duper, but some type of contact lens that is recording and you get audio and doggone video of the whole conversation, and it's being spread through all the news outlets. That is the only way that I could have seen, them not being a way to cover up her death. Because she already said, if something happened to me, just know I am good in right sound of mind and in health. They already running this store and everything, so hey, where we at? That was the end of episode 12, with her going to doggone the elevator and Cal drugging her, and I was like, yep, she gonna be in the arms of the angel. And she was. Donald walks in on Bobby in his beard and Lily in the throes of passion. He questioned her so you knew him before you shot him? Yes, I did. How long y'all been together? How long y'all been working? He asking all these questions. Bobby in his beard got his gun out on Donald. Donald's like, I'm the chief of staff of the White House. What you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? I will. He don't get shot. He just walks on out the door. Lily, she's so sure that Donald won't hurt her. I was like, did you forget he tried to choke the life out of you last season when you tried to leave? Did you forget that? 'Cause I didn't. Sam was over there hunching on doggone to Victoria because she was crying. I was like, that's all it took? Her to be saying they blame me for everything and then rip up her dress and then you jumped in her tail? Now you talking about somebody, I love my wife. I didn't mean to do this. He's like, are you gonna tell my wife? He's like, you seen the way she was acting towards her before you slept with her. You know she gonna do any and everything she can now to be hinting at the doggone it, you jumped in her tail. Yeah. Now he asking her, you be still getting your cycle? Are you on the pill? I don't want you out here getting pregnant, basically. And she all offended. I was like, Sam, you should have thought about that before you slept with her. You wasn't thinking about she could get pregnant. I love my wife. You wasn't thinking about none of that. And then to add to the matter, Jason lurking yet again, then doggone it, watching the whole thing. Like I said, why isn't he in his room under lock and key and security? Why? Kyle got press secretary Diane all drugged up, threatened to cut off toes and get information from her and all this other stuff, doing what Kyle does. Nancy and Priscilla are the only ones that showed up at Pinky's funeral. She didn't even tell Barry that it was Pinky's funeral. She just went on had the funeral and it was that. They didn't even tell her sister didn't even show up. Now, I mean, granted, her sister was only taking care of Pinky for the money, but you would think you raised this boy that you would show up to his funeral. But no, she don't. Donald catches Kyle up to speed on Lily, Bobby and his beard. And then they be working with Max and press secretary Diane. Kyle is jealous because Donald is upset that Lily and Bobby and the beard is together. But I've done everything for you to get to love me. She's gonna take us down. He doing all that little mess, getting on my nerves. An agent shows up at the police station because he wants to get the 911 calls. But I'm like, don't y'all think that's suspicious that the White House wants these particular 911 calls? Ain't nobody thinking that it's odd, that it's something amiss? And first of all, I don't know a lot, but I would thought that those recordings would be at the 911 dispatch office and not the police station, unless the police officers specifically got those from the 911 dispatch officer. But detective dude is like, Agent Smith already picked them up, so I don't know what you to tell me. So after dude leaves, he's like, look here, if y'all got an Agent Smith there, he might be in trouble because I lied and said he the one that got these 911 calls. Creepy Jason then somehow got a copy of Priscilla's home number and went and told her everything. Look here, your husband was sleeping with my mama. I can't send you the video because, they got everything the way they got things set up. But I can send you the audio. So now Priscilla, she all in her feelings, which rightfully so. Some people are like, well, Priscilla should have been having sex a long time ago with Sam and this, that, and third. She working at that right now. She tired. She got things going on. She got this doggone raggedy woman basically throwing herself at her husband. She going through a lot. So we're not going to blame Priscilla for with Sam's transgressions. Nancy is finally ready to tell Richard who Pinky's daddy is. And she was taking so long doing it. Richard, you gotta promise me that you're not gonna get upset and fly off the handle. Just tell me who it is. Richard, promise me. If you don't promise me, I ain't gonna tell you. Okay. Richard, you gotta understand, I was 24 years old and I was lonely. He used to come over and cut the grass. We used to go to church together. Richard, it was that one time. You looked up to him. She slept with this man's daddy. This man's daddy. Yes. Pinky's daddy. Pinky and Richard are brothers. Were brothers. Yeah. Yeah. Pinky and Richard were brothers. Richard, he's doing that. Oh, you slept with my daddy. He doing all the dramatics. I was like, He did confront Sam because he thought Sam was the one that did it. And like a lot of people thought it was Sam too. But I'm like, I'm glad it wasn't Sam. You know, Sam ain't get no pass because he did, you know, have sex with the, you know, the first lady and all that other stuff. But Rich's daddy? You slept with his daddy, girl? Child. Lastly, Barry gets jumped by the Rackadoochie and kidnapped. Because he don't know how to do right. He decided, I'm going to meet the Rackadoochie by myself. Take this money to them to get my daughter. Because they seem like that they would be trustworthy people. Granted, they kidnapped my daughter and all that other stuff. And they, you know, blackmail me and all that stuff. But I'm going to go by myself because I'm Barry. Goes there, gets his tail jumped and thrown into the car. Did I not say this before? That Barry going to end up at the Rackadoochie compound? Y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, well, I mean, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful Facebook to a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.